In our previous video, we learnt about callback pattern and for each array method. Now we will move on to the next function, that is map and filter. These are one of the most useful array methods. Let's just try using map and see how it works. So to use map, first thing we'll do is on which array you want to use this method. So we'll say numbers.map. Similar to for each, map also accept a callback function. Let's just go write callback function named double. Double accepts a number and returns the double of the number that is accepting. So I'll say number multiplied by 2. I'll comment out this code, and right now here we have a function named double. Refresh it here and call the function double. If I call the function double with a value 1, I'll get the value 2. What if I want to call it with 4? I'll get the value 8. What if I call it with value 7? I'll get the value 14. So what is happening is double is a function that is accepting a number and it is returning number multiplied by 2. And here let's just try to use map. So map can be applied on an array and it also accepts a callback function. Callback function is a function reference. So I can pass the double function reference. For each element of this array, call this function, and whatever is getting returned from each element, think of it like when you pass 1 inside double, you get 2 as return value. So here from this array, map will pass the first value inside double, and whatever will get returned, map will store that into an array. So think about it like this. So the first value is 1 that is being passed to double. In return you'll get 2. So map will store that value into a new array, that is 2. Similarly, I have 4. So 4 passed into double, I get the value 8. I'll store it into a new array. Similarly, 5 will return 10 and 6 will return 12. Similarly, if you keep going on, you'll have 14, 16, 18, and you can just keep going on with that. So this is what we are expecting map to return. So what we'll do, we'll just go ahead and store that value and we'll call it double numbers is equal to this. And later on we can just go ahead and console the value by saying console log double numbers. Let's just refresh it here, and here we can see map is getting one value at a time and passing that value to double function, and whatever is getting returned is being stored into a new array, and finally that array is being returned from this whole function. So if you look at the value of double numbers, you'll see it is 2, 8, 10, 12, and at last 265, and the double of that is 530. So here one thing to notice is we are not the one calling this double function. The higher order function, that is map, is what is calling the double function. So when map is calling the double function, it doesn't only give you access to numbers, it also gives you access to 3 elements. The first one is number, the second one is index, and third one is the full array. You must be thinking why they are giving access to these things. Sometimes you will need access to index of the element and you can use it, but it is optional. You don't have to use it all the time. When you don't need it, don't accept it. So here I can just say console.log and pass number, index, and array just to see what value are we getting. And here we'll write a message with an emoji so we can understand where it is coming from. Let's refresh this page, and here we can see the first value is 1, that is the number, that is 1. The index of 1 is 0, and this is the whole array. The second number is 4, the index is 1, so second number is 4, index is 1. Third number is 5, index is 2. So you can see the index is increasing by 1, and on the left you have value, array remained the same. If you want to see it properly, you can just remove array and refresh it here, and you can see the index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is the last value, and the last value is 265. And not only map, for each also gives you access to all these 3 elements. So even if you're writing for each here, it will do the same thing. The only difference is for each doesn't return anything and map returns the same size of it. Refresh it and you can see the same value you're getting. I'll move it back to map and call it return to and refresh it here. So just to recap, map accepts a callback function and calls that callback function with three values, that is the individual element, the index of the element, and the all of array. And whatever gets returned from the callback function gets stored into a new array, and that new array is finally returned from the map function. Now one thing to notice is map will always return the same size of array. There can be a special case. What if I don't return anything from the callback function? So I'll just comment it and see what happens. I'll just remove the console also. So the callback function is not returning anything. So what will be stored in the array? Let's see that. So you'll see it will return all the values to be undefined, undefined, undefined. And why it is? Because map is calling double function with each element, and double function is not returning anything, and whenever a function doesn't return any value, it will return undefined. So map will store that value that is undefined into a new array, and for each value it will keep storing undefined, 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 but it will always return the same size of array. You can see the size of array is 11. Here also the size is 11. So this is all about map. Let's move on to the next one, that is filter. As the name suggests, filter is a function to filter out some values. So here I can just filter out all the even numbers or odd numbers from here. So let's just try to understand how it works. So I'll write the code so you understand it. Later on I'll explain it to you. So I'll say numbers dot filter. So I want to use filter on numbers array. And filter also accepts a callback function. So that you can define it here, or you can define it outside and pass it as a reference. This callback function will get access to each element. So I'll get access to individual number, that is 1, 4, 5. And here the callback function needs to return true or false. So I'll say return what I'm looking for. I'm looking for even number. So I'll return true if number modulus 2 is equal to 0. What it means is for each value, like say if you pass 1 inside this function, you will get false, but for 4 you will get true. So let's just move this function outside, it will be easier to understand. So I'll call this function is even and I'll pass this function here. Now here what I'll do is like I'll just call is even function with the value 1. What do we get in return? We get false in return. 4 will get true in return. What if we pass 5? So here we can see we'll always get a boolean value as a return. So 1 will be passed in is even function and it will return false. Because it is returning false, that element 1 will not be stored. Next time 4 will be passed inside is even function and you can see it returns true. Because it is returning true, that 4 will be stored in the array. Similarly, what will happen with 5? It will return false. We can see it here. And because it is returning false, will not store it into new array. If it is 6, we'll store it into a new array because it returns true. Same is the case with 7. It will return false, so will not store it into new array. 8 will be stored here. Similarly, 12, 14, 156 will be stored here. We can store that array and call it even numbers and refresh it here, and we'll call even numbers, and even numbers contains exact same thing that we predicted, that is an array with a value 4, 6, 8, 12, 14 and 156. So filter accepts a callback function, and if that callback function returns true, the value that is passed inside will be stored into a new array. And if it returns false, it will not be stored into new array. So based on this function, I'm filtering the value one after another. So this is how filter works. Similar to map and for each, filter also gets access to all these three elements, that is index and all of array. If you need to use it, otherwise you don't have to access it. Let's look at one of the special cases. What if this function similar to map doesn't return anything? So what will happen in that? Let's look at even numbers. So even numbers will be an empty array. Why it is happening? for the first time, 1 will be passed inside isEven function, and isEven function will return undefined because this function is not returning anything. Filter will try to understand undefined, but filter only understand true and false. But the value we have is undefined. It will not be able to understand, so what it will do, filter will convert this value into Boolean because that is the only thing they understand. And when you convert undefined into Boolean, you get false as a result. So whenever you return a falsy value, it will be an empty array. So here, what if instead of that I just return 1? What kind of value is 1? Filter will not be able to understand 1, so it will convert it into Boolean. And if you convert 1 into Boolean, 1 is a truthy value. And because it is a truthy value, the array will remain the same. And you can see the even numbers has the same number of elements that numbers has. For each element, I'm getting access to number, but I'm returning 1 all the time. So that's why the same size of array will be returned. But this is not the use case. So always be acting on the numbers that you're getting access to. So we'll say number modulus 2 is equal to 0. And this is what will happen. Just to recap, in previous video, we learned about for each, and for each method doesn't return anything. Map always returns the same size of array, and filter always returns smaller or same size of array. Why smaller? Is because whenever there is false or falsy value being returned from the callback function, it will not get stored into the array. And one important thing to notice is map and filter always returns a new array. When I say new array, it creates a new array and returns that.